What is up, everyone? DPX here. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. DPX Talks for about an hour. Today I'm joined by Zachary Attacks. What's up?
Hi.
And I'm joined by someone you guys don't know, but we go way back. Christian. How you doing, Christian?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Let's hope they answered. Or are you asking us? I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah. Well,
you're okay, bro.
Oh, hope you guys did not hear that. You probably did hear that, but whatever. Today we are discussing probably the biggest what's going to end up being the biggest movie of the year. That is Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, I made a review for it. Got quite a bit of views. I wasn't expecting that, so thanks for that. I'll give my... What we're going to do here is I think we're all just going to give our, little thoughts on the movie, and then after that we'll just talk about spoilers. This is a spoiler discussion, so if you haven't seen the movie, at this point you either don't care or you're just fucking stupid. Click off the video, click off the podcast. So yeah, I made my review. Basically I said it's a fun time, it's a great love letter to the Fox X-Men universe that pretty much what am I saying? If it weren't for those movies, we wouldn't have the MCU or superhero movies in general, really. So, yeah. Zach, just general thoughts on the movie.
It's pretty good. Fun time.
All right.
More thoughts. Morbius. Yeah.
Okay, you and Morbius. And Christian, general thoughts on the movie?
I honestly thought it was really funny. The references were actually really, really sick. If you have a good eye, you could really catch them.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all I gotta say. But the movie overall was pretty sick.
Yeah. Now on to spoilers. What I'm gonna try to do, we're not gonna recap the movie beat for beat, but I do want to get into the spoiler aspects in order. We start the movie off I found this funny because one of the questions I think we all had going into it was how are they gonna treat Hugh Jackman as Wolverine? Are they gonna disrespect that or anything? Movie kind of starts with Deadpool going digging up the grave of Logan, and he's all dead, and it's so you think he's about to start dancing on the grave, but then they later on respect the they respect Logan right at the end of that movie, and then you have the TVA come in and basically just we get the opening fight scene with Deadpool and the TVA, and I like the little detail of Bye 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 playing, where you're kind of saying goodbye to the X-Men universe. So that was a nice little detail, and that happened immediately. Immediately the movie gets bloody and gory and got.
That was my favorite scene at the beginning.
That really was my favorite scene.
Yeah, fucking adamantium bones getting shoved up their asses, right at the this is it's kind of telling you hey, no, this movie's not holding back. This is an R-rated movie. I think this movie was in production for a while because they weren't sure because obviously it kind of had to be in the MCU, but they weren't sure is this. Are we gonna make this rated R or not? So and I'm happy they eventually made it rated R because it does not hold back. Go.
But I honestly thought in the first 5 minutes of the movie, he honestly uses his claws and stuff.
Oh yeah, that was funny. Or that was cool as well.
That was literally I don't know how to explain it, but that was just the sickest kind of extension he could have besides all the pistols, the swords, and all the other stuff. And it actually literally came out as like a helping tool
Yeah.
in a sense.
Yeah, no, when he used the claws, that was sick. Then after that, we cut to we get like, well, first before we move on, like, Christian, you kind of gave your thoughts on the on that whole fight scene, but Zach, thoughts on the fight scene?
Well, that was my favorite scene in the movie. It was great. I liked that it was like basically a music video too. I hope they post it online.
Oh, they posted it online?
I hope they do. They better.
Oh, okay. I thought you said they did, but
like they got to get Ryan Reynolds.
I feel like they'll do that maybe when the movie comes out on like on video.
Yeah.
It might be a little too early to start posting clips from the movie, but yeah. Then we get to like a little flashback where Deadpool's talking to Happy Hogan, and he's just like at a job interview wanting to be a part of the Avengers, which I thought that was funny. You know, it's meta in a way, because it's like, you know, he wants to be in the MCU but be a part of the Avengers, and it's like, dude, you can't just be a part of the Avengers. Yeah. Also, this movie's a very horny movie. Like, y'all notice that, right? Like, it's probably the horniest MCU movie. With some stuff we'll get into. And yeah, I don't really know what there is to say about him talking to a Happy Hogan, but you know, you get the scene with him and all of his friends and his family and stuff, which is nice. Then the TVA come back, and by the way, I just want to say, like, the movie doesn't really explain to you who the TVA are, but at the same time, I don't think you're that lost, because they were introduced in Loki, right? And they explain to you who they are in Loki, but you know, like, I remember people were worried about, like, maybe kind of like how Doctor Strange had Wanda as the villain, and it's like, oh, but what about you would only know why she's a villain if you watched WandaVision. Let's say you haven't watched that, and it's like, why is Wanda a villain? People were worried about that with the TVA in this movie, but I feel like the movie didn't rely on the TVA too much, you know? They weren't, like, the main villains in a way.
Yeah.
So, I thought that was well done. You know, it doesn't explain to you who the TVA are, but you can probably, like, figure it out if you hadn't seen Loki, which I thought was cool. And, like, the scene where Deadpool and encounters the TVA at the like, outside of his house, like, immediately they make, like, a fucking pegging joke. That's what I mean by this movie's, like, really horny, you know. And then we get brought back to the fight scene where, like, I really liked when Deadpool throws the sword at the one dude in his mouth, and he goes, "Keep my country's name out your fucking mouth." I didn't really realize this on the first watch. I think that was almost definitely a reference to the Will Smith thing.
Oh yeah, that's cringe.
I didn't realize that on the first watch. So yeah, basically then we get back to the TVA, and Deadpool is he's told that he's needed for the MCU, like the sacred timeline, which you know, that's it's implying that, like, he's needed for something really important later on that might lead to something in Avengers, now called Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, and he's told that, like, you know, the anchor being is dead. And anchor being is, like, someone who's so important to a universe that once they die, the universe kind of dies too. Which that is, you know, there's some meta there, if you know what I mean. Because it's like, once Logan died, once Wolverine died, you know, once Hugh Jackman stopped playing Wolverine, the Fox universe kind of fizzled out, you know. Which I feel like that is funny and all, but at the same time it kind of feels like, oh yeah, just conveniently, like, one character in this whole big universe dies, so now the whole universe is rendered, like, worthless. But then we get to, he suits up, and the one guy, like, you know, the guy who, like, suits him up is, like, slapping his ass and shit. And I like the comment where he goes, like, oh yeah, by the way, that guy's a total predator. Like, that was funny.
Yeah.
And then we find out that Deadpool's not the anchor being, it's Logan. So now Deadpool's going around other universes to find to find a Wolverine to save his universe. And this is where we get, like, some nice cameos, some nice, like, callbacks, some references. We got the comic accurate short Wolverine, you know, got eye patch Wolverine, Henry Cavill as Wolverine. You know, that was a popular, like, fan casting. So that was pretty cool. What did you guys think of all that? Because I've been talking.
That was great. I like the short Wolverine.
Yeah.
I think it was pretty cool. And honestly, like, going back to, like, the different universes, like, I don't know if this is kind of off topic, but it's kind of like the Flash a little bit, when he always used to go through time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. I thought seeing all the different kinds of Wolverines and the actors who played as Wolverine, besides the, like, main actor who played it, I thought that was pretty, like, cool that we get to see all these actors who Deadpool was trying to, like, actually find, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Then we get to one universe where we get to the Wolverine who's just, like, in the bar drinking, and no one likes him. You know, the main bartender's like, get the fuck out of here, dude. And then so Deadpool takes that Wolverine, and it turns out he's got the costume. He's got the blue and yellow costume, and, you know, of course, you got Deadpool looking at the camera being like, that only took 20 fucking years. You know, so I thought that was, of course, like, look, I think meta humor works. It could work. Sometimes you can get a little carried away with it. Like, another MCU show that took it way too far, I feel, She-Hulk. That got that had some fourth wall breaking, but that went way too far with it, especially that finale. This, on the other hand, like, it kind of just, it's just accepted that Deadpool, like, can break the fourth wall, but, like, not anyone else. So yeah. We get back to the TVA, and there's, like, a conversation between Deadpool and Paradox. I forgot to mention him, but, like, I guess he's kind of like a secondary villain in a way. He's not really a villain, he's more like an antagonist. But
I feel like he's definitely an antagonist, because after what happened in the end scene, that he's definitely an antagonist.
Yeah, I'm saying a villain's a little different from an antagonist.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't really evil, but he was, like, you know, the antagonist. And kind of don't exactly remember what happened right from there. Just, but we get to, like, now Deadpool and Wolverine go through a portal, and they bicker, they go back and forth, and they fight. They're in the what's it called? The void, right? They're in the void, and so they fight in the void, and then we meet like someone, like, we meet a hooded guy, you know. He comes down, and it's Chris Evans, and then yeah, so you're all thinking, like, oh, cool, Captain America is here, so yeah, like, did you guys know it was gonna be Human Torch, or did you guys think it was Captain America?
Captain America. I recognized his voice, like, immediately, though.
What was that, Christian?
That was me. I recognized Chris Evans' voice like immediately, but
like when Chris Evans was in there, I definitely thought it was gonna be like Captain America.
Yeah, I think we all kind of did. In the back of my mind, I thought like, this is supposed to be like celebrating the Fox movies, so it could be Human Torch, but like there's no way it's Human Torch. And then like I've removed the thought of it being Human Torch like after that. So we meet some other characters too. Like we meet a whole bunch of characters from the X-Men. We meet Sabretooth, Toad. Like, unfortunately, he didn't get struck by lightning. That was a weird ass line from the first X-Men movie, if you remember. But we meet like Pyro. Pyro was there. Pyro stuck around in this movie for quite a bit, I feel. So then, Chris Evans is like, he's getting ready, and he's like, and Deadpool's like, oh boy, he's gonna say it, and then he goes, flame on, and it's Human Torch. So yeah, that was funny. Like when that happened I remember the theater we were in when we saw it together. Yeah, they were not that loud.
When I went to go see it again, I had a really loud theater.
Yeah, no, same. Like, so, like, and it was a smaller theater, too, but, when I went, the second time I saw it, like, the whole theater, like, erupted in laughter. I didn't get, like, neither of the two times I went were there, like, applauses,
Yeah. There was applauses for the second time.
Yeah, that was a little weird, like, when, like, characters, when we saw, like, cameos and shit, like, I was able to hear people be like, yo, or like, oh shit, but I didn't really hear like people clapping, So yeah, but people laughed about Johnny Storm, and he immediately just fucking like breaks his nuts on like the metal like scaffolding or whatever the fuck. And then excuse me, and then we meet Cassandra Nova, who I forgot to mention this in my review. I forgot to just talk about Cassandra Nova in my review. That's because I was running on like 4 hours of sleep when I was doing my review. Alright, so, I thought the performance was good, and like, the powers were definitely like very menacing and stuff, but I feel like it wasn't like, you kind of like forgot about her like throughout the movie, until it kept cutting to her. That's kind of what I think. What'd you think of the villain, Zach?
Yeah, it was like, I don't know. She didn't have that much character depth. Like, she's supposed to be like in the comics, like an absolute psychopath. That's like hell bent. I know, but it just seems like she's just a psychopath here, and that's kind of it.
Yeah, a very interesting. I will say, like her backstory is interesting. But Christian, what did you think of Cassandra Nova?
That was the main villain, right?
Yeah, the bald lady.
Yeah, I honestly thought like the backstory was definitely like it was really good, and it was honestly I was shocked that she was the brother or she had a brother that was like the leader of the X-Men.
Yeah, Professor X.
Yeah, and they never really, I don't remember, because I haven't watched the X-Men in a while, but I don't really remember them saying that he had a sister or anything, so.
Yeah, well, like he killed her in the womb, but then she came back, so, like, I don't think they ever met. Like, I think that's what the story is.
Yeah. I'm sorry for cutting you.
No,
but I do remember that he killed her in the room, but I didn't remember that she came back to life.
Yeah. It's like a weird, crazy like backstory from the comics that I remember. But yeah, like I thought she was a fine villain, but it wasn't like. Then again, the story isn't like the movie knows that it's not really like the story isn't really what you came here for. You came here for like the humor, the Deadpoolisms, if you will, the cameos. You came here to see like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. You're not really here for the story, and the story's not necessarily that strong. But it's not a bad story either. But yeah, so we get there, and then basically like Deadpool also he rats on Johnny Storm, and then Cassandra fucking kills him. And we did find out in the post credit that he really did say all that, but I don't really understand why he did that. Like why Deadpool ratted him out. Like I guess it's funny, but like that was kind of fucked up. He did still get him killed, But
dude, I honestly, I was like, bro, dude, Deadpool actually snitched on like one of the OGs though, like.
Yeah. We get. I'm trying to kind of go from. Like, I'm trying to tell this movie in chronological order. It's a little hard to do that from memory. I'm not the type of person who watches a movie in the theater and then fucking takes notes as they're watching. Like, I just don't think that's fun. But we'll just skip ahead to Deadpool and Wolverine when they fought in that in the Honda.
Yes.
Or they totally had sex in that Honda too.
Like no, that was like they made like. This again. This is what I mean by it's a very horny movie. Like, because they were like talking about they were making innuendos. I think like when Wolverine said like we're just getting started. Like that was clearly an innuendo. But I kind of skipped over Nice Pool and Dog Pool, and that's Nice Pool's like the one time you get to see like Deadpool like. Get to actually see Ryan Reynolds. Like I know, like we see him unmasked, but like his face is all fucked up. Like Nice Pool is we actually get to see his face normally, and Dog Pool was the real star of the movie.
True.
I think the dog was actually voted like ugliest dog in the world or something.
Because it was the
ugliest dog of 2023.
Yeah, but it's like so ugly it's cute, And I liked the part where it's just like, this isn't a car, this is a fucking Honda Odyssey. Like, it's blatant product placement as well, which, like, normally can get a little eye-rolling.
Good product.
It can get product placement can get eye-rolling sometimes, but, like, I don't know why, but this was just funny. Like...
I know, but it wasn't like they were promoting the Honda Odyssey. They were shit-talking.
Yeah, they were. Like, this isn't a car, it's a Honda Odyssey. Like, that's just... And, so yeah, we see, Deadpool and Wolverine fight it out, and, I love the little, like, again, there's so many, like, references, cameos, like, callbacks. Deadpool slams Wolverine's, or was it the other way around? Like, one of them slams the other's face into the radio, and we hear The Greatest Show start playing. That's a, that, like, stuff like that I just love.
And... There was also a reference in the Infinity Wars in the Avengers. That big ring that Thanos' like one of his henchmen was there?
Think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think I might have saw that one, but I could be wrong though.
Okay. Yeah, what did you guys think of this this Honda Odyssey fight?
I honestly think, like, out of the multiple fights that Wolverine and Deadpool had, I think that one was like one of the better ones.
Yeah. Just seeing the shot like after the fight where like Deadpool is all, or was it Deadpool tied up? Like one of them was all tied up in the
Deadpool.
Yeah.
Like they totally had sex.
Like that, like it's almost implied that they had sex with all the innuendos. Zach, what did you think of the Honda fight?
It was pretty funny.
Yeah. Then that leads into like a lot of cameos. We get to like this layer where we meet Jennifer Garner as Elektra. That one was leaked, or like there was a rumor. There's a lot of rumors going into this, but like that one was like a pretty strong one. That
one was it was a casting like confirmation before the movie came out.
Yeah. We see Wesley Snipes as Blade. Like that was not like, I think maybe people were like, well, we could see that, but I don't think it's likely. But no, we got Wesley Snipes as Blade. And then we get...
That was great.
Yeah, that was cool. Then we get Channing Tatum as Gambit. If you don't know the story behind this one, on multiple occasions, Channing Tatum was supposed to play Gambit, but it never materialized. Like, he was supposed to play him in X-Men Last Stand, but then got cut. Supposed to play him in X-Men Origins Wolverine, but like there's a scheduling conflict, so he got replaced. Then he was supposed to play Gambit in a standalone Gambit movie, and that got canceled. And then Channing Tatum was pretty like in interviews he said he was devastated at the fact that he couldn't play Gambit. So it was just really cool to see him as the character in this movie. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like that was really cool. Just seeing like Wesley Snipes as Blade though is probably like that was probably the least expected one.
Yeah.
And then we get I have some things to say about this one, but then we also get X-23. We got Daphne Keane coming back. So Zach, what are your thoughts on all the cameos in this scene?
The cameos were great. I think like Gambit looked like great, and I was like, I really wanted to see Daphne Keane come back like that. I've been wanting to see Daphne Keane come back since 2017 because Logan was such a great movie, and it's great that we finally got closure on her character.
Mm-hmm. Christian, thoughts on the cameos from this scene?
I think the cameos were actually really good. I think, like, I don't really know most of the characters that were reruns or something like that, but I honestly liked their moves. Like, I honestly think that the whole like collab on Blade and all the others, like people who were in there, they had a pretty good part in it. So
yeah, it's just cool to see like Jennifer Garner, for example. Like she kind of got clowned on for a while for playing Elektra, so it's just good to see her back as the character. And I like the little.
Did you get the
what?
Sorry, did you get like the Ben Affleck reference?
Yeah. I was just about to mention that.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
I didn't get that till the second time, but
yeah. Yeah, that was another thing. Like they mentioned a whole bunch of other characters that like died in the void. Like they mentioned Daredevil. I think they mentioned the Punisher,
Magneto, Quicksilver, Punisher.
Yeah. The one. So I said I had more things to say about the Daphne Keane X-23 coming back. I feel like that would have been way better if they did not show that in the trailer. I
know, right? And the reason they showed it in the trailer is because Daphne Keane really wanted to go to the premiere.
Yeah, and I that's what I heard, and I'm like, that's cool. You could have her go to the premiere, but like not have her like answer any questions,
Yeah, like Anthony Mackie was at the premiere. Like,
yeah,
I don't get why she didn't just go to the premiere.
But like they could have I didn't even watch that trailer, like the final trailer they put out that revealed X-23, but like all the fucking like it was out there, so even if I don't watch the trailer, like I'm still gonna find out that she's in the movie. But still, like I just think like it would have been more like impactful like if we had seen her like in like show up in the movie like without because it's like there's like a group of 4 characters, but we only see 3, and it's like no, there's a 4th, and it's Daphne Keane. Like that would have been like maybe the theater we were in would have started clapping, but like I don't take that. Here's the thing, I don't like take that away from the movie. Like when I reviewed the movie, I didn't take that away from the score, because like that doesn't, because a trailer spoiling the movie doesn't really make the movie worse, if you know what I mean. It might make your experience a little worse, but like it doesn't like make it a bad movie because the movie was made and then the trailers were made. That's how I always look at it. But yeah, so that's where like most of the cameos I felt like were like here and also like earlier with Sabretooth and Toad. So yeah, then with fuck. So I've just been talking. It's a little hard to like recap a movie in your head, like out loud. Not in your head. I'm not in my head. But yeah, they head over to back to Cassandra Nova, and because they mentioned like we were there and then but we left, and then the 4 other characters were like, no one goes there and survives, right? So they go back and like the 4 cameos is how I'll refer to them as a collective. They all by the way, I just there's a lot of stuff I actually skipped, like maybe like Blade saying to Deadpool like I don't like you, and then Deadpool's like I never liked you, or no you never liked me. That's a little reference to like how like Blade Trinity, like Ryan Reynolds was in that movie, and Blade like genuinely did not like him in that movie because like it kind of took attention away from. I just called him Blade. Wesley Snipes did not like him in that movie because it took attention away from him and onto Ryan Reynolds. So I thought that was a nice little thing. And then like Gambit, like I just liked his accent was just like that was really funny because like it was purposely like hard to make out what he was saying, and the line that stuck with me is he said I shot out of my dad's dick ready. Like okay, dude. Like I haven't heard that one before. So,
yeah, I said that was a little much.
Yeah. But yeah, they head over to the Cassandra Nova, and they start fighting all the characters that are there. You get a bunch of characters that were in the X-Men movies, like the red guy, forget his name, and the claw lady, I forget her name. What was that?
Lady Azazel and Lady Deathstrike.
Azazel, that's right. And then what was the claw lady's name?
Lady Deathstrike.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah, there's the Juggernaut as well.
Yeah.
That
was played by a different actor.
Yeah. They make a joke saying like it's another guy playing the Juggernaut or something like that. They should have I know it's not the same actor, but huge missed opportunity for him to not say I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. Like huge missed opportunity. I know it's not the same actor, so it wouldn't have like made as much sense, but still. Then we get a little fight. They put Juggernaut's helmet onto Cassandra, but then they have to. I found it funny where I think it was Pyro. He came up and was like, "Finally, I found you guys," and he's like giving a monologue, and then Wolverine just fucking punches him and knocks him out. And he goes like, "Not everyone gets a speech." Yeah, Bub. He said Bub. And that's another thing. He's saying Bub a lot. I don't think he said that at all in the other, like, in the X-Men movies, did he?
I think that's, like, iconic to his character.
I know, yeah. But, like, I don't think he said that in the X-Men movies.
I don't think so either.
I don't remember.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little thing. It's a one word, but it's like... Yeah, that's just... I like that. Eventually, I'm gonna skip ahead to, we meet back up with Nice Pool and Dog Pool, and then we see a portal open up, and it's a whole bunch of Deadpool variants. You got Lady Deadpool, you got Cowboy Deadpool,
and like a young Deadpool, like a kid Deadpool.
Kid Pool. And it was like Samurai Deadpool.
Western Deadpool.
Yeah, I said Cowboy Deadpool, but yeah.
Oh, you said it? My fault, I didn't.
It's alright. Fun fact, you know, they don't do like a big reveal of this, but I believe Cowboy Deadpool was played by Matthew McConaughey. So
Yeah, he was.
yeah, and Lady Deadpool was played by Blake Lively. You know, Ryan Reynolds' wife. So that was pretty cool. I thought we were gonna get like that's who I thought was playing Lady Deadpool, but so I thought we were gonna get a big reveal, but we didn't. But
That's what I got spoiled. I got spoiled that she doesn't unmask herself.
oh.
That was like one of my 2 spoilers.
I kind of got spoiled that she was playing Lady Deadpool, but not really. Like, I saw, like, a behind-the-scenes clip of both her and Ryan Reynolds on set. But, like, she wasn't dressed as Deadpool or anything, so I didn't know for a fact. But it's like, why else was she there? But, yeah, and then we get, like... oh yeah, this was like, it's funny, but it's like one of those things where you feel bad for laughing, where like Deadpool proper like is being shot at and runs across by using Nice Pool as a like a human meat shield, and he's like, it's alright, you'll regenerate in time, and then Nice Pool's like, regenerate? It's like, oh shit, he doesn't regenerate. So that happens. Deadpool and Wolverine then get ready to fight all the Deadpool variants. Wolverine puts the mask on. That wasn't in any of the trailers. They saved that.
Great.
Yeah, they saved that for the movie.
Confirmed. It was like previously confirmed that he was going to wear the mask.
Oh, was it?
But they didn't show it in any trailer.
I didn't know it was confirmed. But that was a good move to not like show that in any of the trailers, you know, just because like you had it out too. Yeah, it's just a nice moment to see him don the mask. I don't know if you guys know this, by the way, but Wolverine's like my favorite superhero. So like, yeah, so that's also why I was really excited for this movie. But yeah, we get like this. This might be my favorite of the fight scenes. Just they're just like fucking mowing down all the Deadpool variants, and like it's a one shot as well. Like it's a long take. And it's a very well done long take. Like I like the moment where like all the variants run off screen, and you just see a bunch of their limbs flying back into frame, like I don't know why, but I just really like long takes. I don't know why. Might just be like the nerd in me, but like, yeah, I just like that. What did you guys think of this fight scene?
I
liked where Deadpool was like punching Wolverine in the back and like pushing him, while Wolverine was like going,
yeah,
like just going like 100 on him.
Yeah, I like the way like how the Deadpool, like the group of Deadpools, like split up, and like half of them went to Wolverine and just started like clawing everybody, and like limbs just start like flying off like in different directions, and the original Deadpool just like majority of it just like headshotting everybody, and like after the whole take they just stood back up and like did it again.
Yeah.
So they were like, "Oh shit, we had to do this again."
Yep. Again, and when they got on the bus, like that was pretty cool. Like it's actually crazy now that I think about it. Like the scene where like they started the fight, like that take did not end until like they like jumped off of the bus. Like I just really love one take, like one shots. I don't know why. I'm just a sucker for those. And then we saw baby Deadpool after that, which got me thinking. That's not the same as Kid Pool, and there's a few Kid Deadpools. Did they fucking like mutilate the kids? It doesn't matter because they all regenerated anyways, like you said, Christian.
The kid Deadpool and baby Deadpool were played by his kids, Ryan Reynolds' kids.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah.
Well, that's cool. I didn't know that.
I guess like for like baby Deadpool, they just got Ryan Reynolds' kid to cry.
They got the whole family in the movie then.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know that. I learn something new every day.
And also Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman have personal drivers that were credited.
I know. I saw your text. I didn't pay attention to see that in the credits second time when I saw the movie, but I believe you because that's such a Ryan Reynolds thing to do. So they're all about to fight again, and then Peter comes in. And all the Deadpools are like, "Yo, it's Peter!" So then Deadpool and Wolverine like run away. They get back to the TVA. I think I might have skipped over a few things, but I don't really remember exactly. They get back to the TVA. They're talking back and forth like Deadpool's saying like, "Yo, I gotta do this. I gotta like do this thing." Wolverine's like, "No, trust me, I got nothing." I forgot to really talk about his we found out character. Yeah, his character. We didn't really talk about like what happened to this Wolverine. Like it's a Wolverine that failed.
Yeah, I like this character.
Yeah, like it's a Wolverine where like the X-Men died because of him, and the whole universe is worse off because of him. So he's just like a broken man, basically, and so this is like a shot at redemption. So yeah, one thing, like you always hear, show don't tell, and they told his backstory. I know it would have been like a bit more to like show it, because maybe they would have gotten more actors and stuff, but I would have liked to maybe see what happened, but that's just that's honestly a nitpick.
Director's cut.
Maybe. So they go back and forth like I should make this sacrifice. So then they decide, okay, Wolverine, you go do it. He goes into the room. Then then Deadpool just pulls him out and then just locks him out of the room, and then he grabs onto like the one thing. And he's trying to like save the timeline, but then Wolverine comes back in, and they save the timeline together.
I think it was like negative energy or something like that, and some kind of other like material that created the universe or something like that, like matter.
Yeah. Now, call me stupid, but I
Stupid.
I've had somewhat of like trouble figuring this out. Does this mean that like the two universes are now like merged, or like they're still two separate universes, but like Deadpool can just like go from one to the other? 'Cause I think it might be that one.
I think Deadpool could hop over to his universe, but I don't think Wolverine could hop into the Deadpool's universe.
Yeah,
No, Wolverine's like chilling in Deadpool's universe now.
Yeah. But I mean, like Deadpool, I think he's able to go from his own universe to like the MCU, the sacred timeline as they call it. I think that's what it is. But also I'm not sure. Maybe they're combined. Like this was a way to get Deadpool into the MCU. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna be in Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. Maybe a little bit we can talk about that announcement they made with Avengers, Doomsday. Yeah, so it's like, oh, they're dead. Paradox is talking about like, you know, I didn't like them very much, but but they made a sacrifice, and then Deadpool, he said something. And then Paradox is like, fuck! And then, and then they come out. Wolverine's shirt is all, like, blown off. That one guy from earlier who I didn't mention is, like, you know, he's definitely, like, horny for, Deadpool and for Wolverine. And then there's that other lady. And then, like, who Deadpool calls a slut, I remember. I didn't, catch that on the first viewing, but, second viewing I did. And I forgot to mention Hunter B-15 was also there from Loki. She was kind of just there, to be honest, but the movie ends with Deadpool and Wolverine all chilling with Deadpool's friends and family, and X-23 is there as well. And that's how the movie ends. And then during the credits, we get a little tribute to the Fox movies. You know, not just the X-Men.
So nice.
Yeah, not just the X-Men. We get a tribute to to Blade. I saw some Blade in there. I saw Elektra in there. The Fantastic Four.
Both of the Fantastic Fours. I saw Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, I saw that too. Set to "Time of Your Life" as well, which is like, I think like that's part of the joke, because it's like an overused song, and and yeah, that, like, before we had that many MCU movies, I remember watching a lot of X-Men and a lot of Spider-Man. So like the Spider-Man, that's why like No Way Home was like resonated with me so much. But like, and then this, this was a nice thing for the X-Men movies. And yeah, just like, it's a proper send-off for that universe that like it did so much for like the comic book movie genre, and then just like kind of like fizzled out and then just stopped, ended on like Dark Phoenix and New Mutants, right? Two movies that you probably forgot or maybe didn't even know existed. And they weren't good, I'll tell you that. And most people don't talk about this. That's also kind of where Kevin Feige got his start. Like, before he was really the main guy behind the MCU, like, he was a producer on a lot of Marvel movies. So yeah, we get that, and then the post-credit scene is the scene with Deadpool showing that Johnny Storm really did say all that about Cassandra Nova. So that's Deadpool and Wolverine. Those are some spoilers. I was talking for a while. Zach, want to talk about spoiler stuff? Just give your thoughts.
Yeah, I think it was like overall a great movie, but I think there was like so many plot holes, and it's just one thing I don't like about it.
Oh, like what plot holes?
At the beginning, when he took out Logan's body, like Deadpool was originally set in like the 80s, I think. It was set with the First Class X-Men.
Oh.
And now all of a sudden he's in 2029 after Logan died.
Oh wait, I didn't even think about it. I remember when they announced that Hugh Jackman was coming back as Wolverine. They said it was gonna. I could have sworn they said it was gonna take place before Logan.
No, they just said it was not gonna mess up Logan's story.
Okay, so that's probably what
It still didn't, but it's still a plot hole for the movie. Like, how is Deadpool just 40 years into the future?
I don't know.
There's also like, how did Deadpool just get to the MCU to talk to Happy Hogan? Which is like totally MCU canon. Like, that actually happened in 2018. But it doesn't really make sense.
I think
got there.
Like, I think it kind of works though, because it's Deadpool. Like, it's kind of funny that he was just there because it's Deadpool. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Christian, spoiler thoughts on the movie?
I honestly thought when the villain, I forgot her name.
Cassandra Nova?
Cassandra. I thought she was gonna honestly take over the universe or whatever, and when Wolverine and Deadpool actually like work together, and when the guy said, if one of you goes and does it alone, they would be killed.
Yeah.
And I thought like Deadpool would, be dead and everything, but it was actually interesting to see how Wolverine actually helped save the whole universe, and almost like kill Cassandra and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think they did kill Cassandra.
I honestly like don't remember. Like I wish I seen it one more time, but I thought she like lived.
No, she like blew into pieces.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, that's Deadpool and Wolverine. I thought it was gonna set up stuff for the future, but it doesn't. But I don't think. Sorry, when you guys say something.
Yeah, they teased that so much that it was gonna set up Secret Wars. So shut up, didn't do shit.
I kind of. It's not. I feel like it's not really. This movie's not supposed to be setting up for the future. I don't know. Like I kind of just like it as like a send off for the Fox movies. So yeah, final thoughts on Deadpool and Wolverine.
Overall, I loved it. I love the dog pool.
Dogpool is the star of the show.
Yeah, that every time the dog pool like showed up, I was like, that's the sickest ugly dog I've ever seen. Like,
Yeah.
that really was like the star of the show, though.
Zach.
MCU is back until Captain America's Crazy World, then it's like not back. But then the next movie is gonna be back. So.
Yeah, I don't know if this movie saves the MCU. It's kind of hard to tell if like the MCU is saved because of one good movie. Kind of like how it's hard to tell if the MCU is dead because of one bad movie. So we'll have to wait and see. And yeah, that's Deadpool and Wolverine. Real quickly, I want to talk about Doctor Doom being announced at San Diego Comic-Con. They announced that Avengers 5 is now going to be called Avengers Doomsday. And Doctor Doom is being played by Robert Downey Jr.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Now.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah. I have some thoughts here. I just it's cool that Robert Downey Jr. is coming back. Like I'm excited. And I'm very interested to see what they do, because I think the rumor was that it's not Victor Von Doom, it's not Robert Downey Jr., it's Tony Stark from another universe who went bad and became Doctor Doom. I think that's interesting. My issue is that it feels desperate. It feels like a desperate Hail Mary to bring back Robert Downey Jr. Yeah. I think it is interesting that you get basically pretty much the biggest hero of the MCU is now like the biggest villain. But right now it comes off as desperate. That's what I think. It's really cool though, and that pop at Comic-Con is priceless. Thoughts on RDJ back as Doctor Doom, Zach? I'll ask you first.
I'm not the biggest fan of it. All I gotta say is Cillian Murphy. That's all they needed. That would have been so good.
Interesting. I remember there was a little rumor going around that that what's his face, Mads Mikkelsen was going to play Doctor Doom. That would have been interesting. And then there's some speculation that Giancarlo Esposito is going to play Doctor Doom.
Yeah, he wanted to.
Yeah, but I think he would have been a very good Doctor Doom, but
they all would have.
I hope
they bring back some of the old Doctor Dooms for fun.
That could be interesting. I'm interested to see what they do with this Doctor Doom, but yeah.
They shouldn't bridge away from the comics too much. I do hope it is a Victor Von Doom, but at the same time, why would they cast RDJ? That's.
We'll see what they do.
It just doesn't make sense.
Christian, thoughts on Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom?
I think that after the Infinity Wars and after Iron Man died, I feel like they became more desperate because after he died as Iron Man, I think the Marvel universe just honestly what you said just became desperate, and Like I feel like he was the person who played Iron Man. I'm forgetting his name. Junior. He after he was like such a big hit as Iron Man. Like I feel like they're just trying to keep all the old the universe, like all the crew members that would play in the Avengers. Just I think just they don't want anybody like new, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that's our thoughts. I feel like it would be a little strange if we did a whole spoiler discussion on a new Marvel movie when a big new like earth-shattering Marvel piece of news came out and we didn't talk about that. But yeah, so that's our spoiler discussion of Deadpool and Wolverine, and quick little discussion about Doctor Doom. So yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. Christian, do you have anything you want to plug? Like any socials or anything like that you want to plug?
Nope.
All right. That's Christian, everybody. Maybe he'll appear in another video down the line. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. This is the fun, real story. When we saw Deadpool and Wolverine together, that was our first time seeing each other in like 4 years. So
yeah, pretty much. I honestly like wanted to text you, but I've been really freaking busy with like work and stuff, and honestly, like this was a really good catch up.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
like I really want to start like hanging out and like being a part of this podcast you'll be doing now. So
yeah, I mean it's a solo podcast, but I can get you on your own episode maybe.
Yeah, whenever it's like whenever you want me on, I'm always down. So
all right. And Zach, anything you want to plug?
The usual. I forgot what my YouTube channel name is, but my YouTube channel.
How do you not remember what your YouTube channel name is?
I haven't uploaded in a while, so.
Come on, Zach.
I remember your YouTube channel name. Is it you don't want to tell Christian your YouTube channel name?
No, I actually don't remember it.
It's Zachary Attacks, right?
Yeah.
Is it just Zachary Attack? I don't know.
Yeah. Unless you have another YouTube channel. The one that I know of at least is Zachary Attacks. Subscribe to him on Zachary Attacks.
Yeah, Zachary Attacks.
And his Twitch, Zemon's bro.
Bro.
And
oh yeah, that's true.
yeah, that too. And of course, me. Subscribe to DPX Soul. You're probably watching this on my YouTube channel. If you're on my YouTube, go over to my SoundCloud or Spotify. DPX Talks for about an hour. Give me a follow. If you're on there, go to my channel, DPX Solo. Give me a subscribe. And we'll be back soon. Bye, guys.